Agribusiness Today, brought to you by Yamaha, makers of Viking side-by-sides. Yamaha, real world tough.
Cattle market still holding some of those recent gains. Tyne Morgan takes a closer look in today's analysis. Tyne?
Here now with Alan Brugler of Brugler Marketing. Let's take a look at this cattle market. Another roller coaster week last week. Saw a pretty decent day at the 1st of November as grains went lower. But kind of what's driving this cattle market right now?
Well, basically, the story is pretty well known. There's just too much meat out there. We've got expanded production of chicken, beef, and pork. But what's helping us a little bit right now, the reason we bounced off of those previous lows, is we've got relatively tight cattle supply numbers for the next 30 days. The ready cattle that are actually available for the packer to buy are above a year ago, but just barely, whereas back in September we had a really big relative increase. So that's allowed the market to come back a little bit. We've bumped the cash up into the 106, 107 range.
Do you think we put a bottom in here short term?
Short term, I think we have. I think long term, the cattle cycle says we're still expanding cattle numbers. You'll probably sometime by 2018 go down to 80 bucks. And that, I think the cattlemen need to understand that. If the cycle continues, there's more to come.
Then what do you do right now? If you think that prices could dip down into that 80 level, what can you do at this point?
Basically, you've got to look hard at your operation. Should you be expanding or should you be cutting back? Secondly, particularly on the cow-calf side of things, because that'll have implications for feeder cattle as well. And the other thing is watch the hog and chicken guys, because if they can cut back sooner than the cattle can, if they do, no sign of that yet, then maybe the more bearish angle won't happen.
Do you think we've locked in a lot of these feed prices, and have we locked it in for long enough?
I think we're not covered heavily forward on feed, 2 or 3 months in most cases. I think because of the large supplies that are out there, I think most of the end users are taking their time about booking.
Is that wise?
For right now, yes.
All right, Alan Brugler, thanks so much. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Ag Day in just a moment.
To talk to Alan about his ag market professional services, call Brugler Marketing and Management at 402-697-3623 or visit his website, www.bruglermarketing.com.